Hey Rodents, I'm Alex and what you are seeing on your screens is Rodent Company. Rodent Company is a roguelite shooter with randomly generated guns and local co-op. There, you can choose one of the playable rodents, fight different enemy factions, build your arsenal from various guns and perks, battle bosses, upgrade your arsenal, unlock new rodents, and play with up to 4 friends. One might say that there are lots of games of the same genre and similar art style. So what's different about Rodent Company? Let me explain. First of all, our weapon system is quite different. There are base weapon models, and then there are module attachments, which can randomly spawn on most of the models. There are barrel attachments, scopes, stocks, underbarrel attachments, and magazines. And depending on which module you've got on your gun, your experience with it can transform dramatically. Even from a basic assault rifle, you can get a triple-barrel gun with huge magazine capacity and low accuracy, or a very accurate rifle with high chance of critical damage and a dash ability that triggers on the start of reloading. Modules can alter your weapon stats as well as give it cool effects and abilities like shooting rockets from an underbarrel launcher. Secondly, the game is being designed primarily for cooperative playthrough. A lot of games of this genre force you to play alone or only let you invite one more player to the party. Rodent Company allows up to 4 players in local co-op, and it does more than that. The layouts of arenas in our game will adapt to any number of players in a party. For example, if one hamster gets into a certain arena, he has to fight 3 biters. If there are 2 hamsters, some shooting cockroaches will join those biters. If there are 3 hamsters, they will be reinforced by crashers with shotguns. And if there are 4 hamsters, there will be nothing but chaos and primal violence. In addition to that, if there are more than 2 players, some additional rooms with rewards will be placed on a level. They are called pantries, and they are basically just treasure rooms similar to any other roguelite game. Besides level generation, the interface is being made to be as comfortable for each player in a party as if this player played alone. Every single member of a team can monitor their stats, look at their perk and weapon description without messing with the rest of the screen. Even more, the settings allow each individual player to set their controls and gamepad parameters, including stick axis dead zone, vibration strength, movement and aim inversion, and stick mapping. So no matter how different you and your friends' preferences might be, I think it's cool to have a really flexible settings system that can satisfy everyone without leaving anyone in discomfort. And thirdly, we have different factions of enemies. Not only are they in conflict with our rodents, but they don't like each other as well. So sometimes you may find yourself in the middle of a crossfire between 2 groups of wild creatures. Story-wise, you play the brave rodent who's embarking on a dangerous journey to find the chamber of unlimited resources. Rodents have run out of their supplies because of natural disasters and cockroach raids, and winter is coming. To save the day, a group of volunteers sets off, and those are the rodents you and your friends will choose to play as. The whole setting is intended to be cute and a little bit goofy. No one truly dies in this game, that's why it shows you a message like fainted when you lose instead of classical you died. For this reason, we don't even call our vitality stats health and shields. We call them spirit points and fun points, because when you're having fun, no damage can break your spirit, and if your spirit is broken, you really do lose. It's only logical. However, if a lot of people find such naming cringe or too confusing, I guess there will be no harm in returning to traditional health and shields. Rodent Company is our first game ever. It started as a solo project in 2023, inspired by the Binding of Isaac, Nuclear Throne, and, you won't believe me, Call of Duty Warzone. First it was intended to be a dark game about flesh-eating medieval sorcerers, but then I decided to make this game about my pets. Hamster the Hamster, Aboba, Picus and Cookie, all of them have real-life prototypes. The only reason they don't quite look like their prototypes, color-wise, is the in-game palette, which I decided to keep small and restricted. In 2024 we became a team of 2, because it became clear that a game of such scale is nearly impossible to be done by only one person of small experience. Initially it was supposed to launch in early access this year, but we ran into a problem. Because I started writing this game at the same time as I started learning how to code, the game was full of spaghetti code and typical beginner mistakes that I only noticed later. This summer, the situation became truly unbearable, so I decided to remake the game code from scratch. I don't regret making all those mistakes, because if I hadn't tried to create what I desired with the newly acquired knowledge, I would just stop the learning process, and that would be it. However, working on this same spaghetti code with a lot more skill was so painful that I started hating working on my own project, and it basically was a choice between healthy development with some struggle or no development at all. And I chose the healthy way, and I remade everything. Because of that, now the game can handle more than 100 enemies at once. Also, I integrated Fmod into Rodent Company. It's a very cool audio engine that allows a lot of awesome sound effects to be done. Now everything is fine and dandy, and the game will release in early access in April. If you like what you see, you can wishlist Rodent Company right now on Steam to get notified when it releases in early access. Subscribe to this channel and follow us on X to get updates on the development process. I'm also thinking about creating a Discord server, but I think I'll do it right before the release of the game, or when this channel gets enough subscribers to have someone on this server besides me and my mom, right? That's it for today, Rodents. See you soon.